Hello friends, happy day. Hope you guys are doing well today. I'm guessing there might be some flack for this video, but that's okay. I believe we're all entitled to have a different opinion based on our experiences, our knowledge, and our education. And this has actually been on my mind since March, and I haven't really talked about it a lot, but now I think I'm ready. So I'm wondering, I was telling some friends today that I think one of the great things that 2020 has brought in the midst of this gong show is clarity. I feel like I've gotten super clear on so many things in my life, and it's been really good. So maybe 2020 is the year of clarity, and maybe it just doesn't look like we want it to, or we expect it to, or we think we should. But somewhere in the midst of that, there can be something really beautiful. And so, in looking, here comes the cat. She wants to say hi and join the video. Pardon me. In looking at everything that has happened this year, I believe part of what we're witnessing are broken systems. And I don't need to go into what those systems are, but I can talk about the system that I believe and feel called to, and that's health. Do we need to maybe redefine what health looks like? When this whole thing started back in March, I was super optimistic that maybe people would realize that health is about more than weight, and that means it's about more than food. There are lifestyle factors such as how much sleep we're getting and how we're navigating our stress, and if we're eating the right foods for our body type, and hormones. And there are so many things that go into health that for us to just look at a piece of the puzzle like food and weight is really detrimental to society, to be honest with you. We can't just assume that because someone is thin that they're healthy. That's not true. And we also can't assume that because someone maybe isn't a certain body size that they're not healthy. The fact is, everybody has a different body size and shape. We all have what's called a set point for our metabolism, and we can alter that by how we live, by riding the yo-yo diet cycle that so many women do, and that affects your set point. And so back when this whole thing started, I was optimistic that maybe people would start looking at health. Maybe they would start revisiting their lifestyle. Maybe they would start realizing that chemicals and toxins in our food and our personal care products and in our society are doing more harm than good. And I kind of think we've gone the other way, to be honest with you, because now, in order to be preventative, we are using all of those toxic chemicals in the hand sanitizers that we're putting on our kids every day, probably, that we're spraying down public areas to clean, and that's not helping our health either. And so I wonder if it's time to revisit health. I wonder if it's time to look at what healthy looks like for you and not focus on just a diet plan or just weight loss, but really redefine health so that you can be happy and healthy. And by that, I mean body, mind, and soul, because it's all connected. And I think we really do a disservice when we only look at one piece of that puzzle. We've got to look at everything together because it works synergistically to create our body and our health and our life. And so, because of my training as a holistic health coach, because of my own journey, because of my daughter's journey, because of my family's journey, I'm passionate about this, and I can talk about it until I'm blue in the face. And I believe that we need to be proactive and do our part with our health. And that means eating the foods that work for us. That means getting enough sleep for our body type, making sure that we're hydrated, making sure we're navigating stress, making sure we're getting safe movement, having fun, and connecting to that which is greater, which is the faith or spirituality component. It's not just one size fits all here. And I think we've really done our society a disservice in treating it that way. So I guess my challenge as we wrap up this quarter of this year is, what can you do for your health? if you're where I was, if you were or are an overwhelmed, anxious, stressed out person who is using food to soothe some of those feelings and those emotions, and you find yourself turning to food when you're stressed or you're overwhelmed or you're lonely or whatever that feeling might be, join me. Next week I'm doing a free workshop on breaking free from stress eating, and I'd love for you to join me because it doesn't have to be this way. You may have tried program after program and they didn't work, and it's because it doesn't get to the mindset. It doesn't talk about the habits, and that's where the transformation and the change happens. You want to change your life, you've got to change your habits. Doing a diet program or a workout program isn't necessarily going to get you that. You've got to change it here in the way that you've been taught to think about things and the way you've been conditioned to think about things. So I'll put a link below if you want to join me. I'd love for you to be a part of that, to see how you can find freedom. So have a beautiful day, friends. Stay healthy, stay well, and remember, you're your own best health advocate. Talk to you soon. Bye.